Hey guys, this is Stryderprime bringing you a new edition of Bandai Models, and today I am going to build this guy. The 1/1000 scale U.N.C.F. AAA1 Andromeda movie effects version from the Space Battleship Yamato 2202 animated series. This is the new Earth's more advanced battleship known as, it's called the Andromeda class, and of course the first of its line is the Andromeda, which was the battleship that the Earth began working on after the crew of the Yamato returned back from Iskandar, and using the device that was given to her, or to them, excuse me, resurrected the Earth back to its beauty. And it is, of course, their frontline ship to go up against any other known threats that the galaxy has to offer. Even though now, for those of you who have not watched the series and want to watch the original 2199, I'm sorry, spoiler alert. Earth Federations is now has now aligned themselves with the Gemelis forces. And now they're going up against a new threat known as the Galanteus. If I'm hopefully I'm pronouncing that correct. And this new ship is, of course, their new ship of the line, which of course it's taking over the ship of the Yamato, which is now retired. Now, this is the first of its kind. Even though the Earth Federations were rebuilding their fleets. And using their existing ships from the original series. But this one is the new ship, of course, which has utilizing the new double barrel wave motion engine cannons. It's a bit of a to-do thing happening in the anime, so if you haven't watched it, I would probably recommend searching it out. So I'm going to stop right there and spoiling it. But regardless of the case, the Andromeda has one of the most famous Starship Battleship ship line, you could say, from the Yamato line, second only to Yamato. And I love it. It is beautiful. It is powerful. You could see how it feels power. It feels like, it's ready to take on anything. And I really, really loved the Andromeda when I first saw it a long time ago, and I will say I'm dating myself, way back in the 80s when I was watching the original Star Blazer animated series. And this one has the Star Blazer logo on the top right corner. I had the original I still have the original 1/700 scale Andromeda. It's been collecting dust for a long time. And I've been actually meaning to clean it up and maybe repaint it, all that stuff. But now that I got this one, I'm not going to repaint the other one. This one will definitely be painted and detailed and getting it ready for MosquitoCon coming up in April. I'll be able to do it in time. I was hoping to get this done in November, but unfortunately I couldn't do it in time. But we'll definitely do it now. The AAA-1 stands for Advanced Armament Ability Ship, which is, yeah, it is advanced and has all these new type of weapons and specifications. So, but this kit has a lot to offer, and we're going to look at that right now. So here's the side part of the box, which shows the exact length of the kit itself. It doesn't look small. It is a big kit because it is a 1/1000 scale. My 1/700 scale is bigger, of course. But if I give you the size in inches using my ruler here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, almost 11 1/4 inches long. So it is a big kit. Good detail on it, especially all the panel lining. It's something that you didn't see in the original one. They kind of refined it a bit, but they kept the aesthetic of the kit, of the ship, intact, and probably added a few things that we don't remember from the anime. I still have second season of Yamato, the classic, and for whatever dumb reason, I can never seem to go past episode 3. I have to binge watch that again, or start to binge watch it again. Anyway, so we have a lot of neat features here. Obviously, detail parts here, the cannons. Unfortunately, Bandai did not apply the English translation on the Yamato line. It's only for Gundam. But regardless of the case, you could pretty much sell some new features. I see something here all the way in the far over here. This little part here, a little, I guess, an effect part of some sort. Turn it around, and it's right next up to the Yamato model kit. Which now there's a new Yamato in a new box art, which I saw that at Gundam Planet a while back. Try to find the difference other than the fighters are different, and now it doesn't have the rotary fighter dock, because now the 2202 Yamato has LED lights, kind of like this one, but this one has not only the LED lights for the bridge, for the engines. You also have lights for the wave motion engine, which is connected to this massive battery pack, which does sound effects. So it does the sound effects firing the gun. I've seen this online, and it looks so cool, and I can't wait not only to finish this up, but when I bring it to MosquitoCon, a lot of people will just be hitting the button. Say, you know, I'm just going to write that little sign here: push the button, push the button. This kit is nice, but it's also expensive, 1,200 yen. So we're talking about 110, maybe $115. But it's going to be a little bit more for shipping and all that stuff. So if you get it for 120, you know, that's good. Maybe less if you can. But it's a nice kit to get. Very nice. Alright. Let's open this up. It's a lot. This is a big box. Now this is a glued kit, so I'll be doing a lot of gluing here. The color is a matted gray color, not charcoal. I see portions of the bridge right there. This must be the this is F1 plate. I see separations of colors for this. This looks white. In the light it doesn't look it, but it does look white, a lighter color tone. Yeah, it is, because it is, there's certain the engines right here, the clear parts for the wave of motion engine and other effects. There's the main engine here, there's the guns here, the lighting effects for that. Okay, so I guess that one goes inside to that. And then we have the decals here, water slide. I kind of like this little effect for the deck. And you have the Andromeda logos all over the place here. We'll definitely put that on. It's kind of hard to determine what is what, but I see the cannon, the barrels of the cannon, or the shock cannon as they call it. I'm looking at Wiki right now. It says here, twin barrel wave motion gun, 40.6 centimeter triple mounted positron shock cannons, 4 torpedo launcher tubes, 4 gravity launcher, and 2-barrel anti-battery, 2 4-barrel anti-battleship grenade launcher. This is a grenade launcher. Didn't know that. Here's the bridge. This has to be the frame inside the ship that supports it. Here's the other bridge, other part that for the white on the turret. And here's the actual ship in length itself. Ooh, that is really nice. That is very nice indeed. Now then, here's the box. Some stuff here as well. I guess this is the support stand. This is the support stand. And then we have the LED, and SE stands for Sound Effects Unit. Cool. This is really nice. Very professional. And then we have the manual. Now the cool thing about this, oh, and of course they made a ship for this one in different color tone. In the anime, in episode 1, Kodai is now captain of one of those ships when they were going up against the Gamelus, and he was piloting one of those ships. The Earth, for those of you who do remember the original anime, the 2199 anime, those type of ships of the line from the original one were like weak against the Gamelus forces. But after their return, and I guess 3 years passed, they began remodernizing all their ships. They repainted all their ships. It's the same ships as before. The only difference is now their power output and their defensive capabilities have been now increased a bit more, so they can actually stand up to a fight. To both Gamelus and now Galantis ships, which is cool. Alright, so here's the manual. Oops. Clearly we're going to be using all the parts, but I see one part that is X'd out, probably because it's doubled. Who knows? We'll review that soon enough. Some of the parts, how you remove them, how you put the decals, it's all of that. Then we have the assembly of the inside of the ship, but I also see now it already goes right into the point where you're assembling the battery, the LED unit, battery pack, all of that stuff, and how to position it in there. That's good. I'm glad that this is not something where you buy the kit and then later on you have to buy the effects separately. And then we have the assembly of the hull. Continue on from there. Positioning on the light source, that's good. And then I guess sealing it up. I have a distinct feeling, and now I'm looking at this, and this is now I'm worrying a bit. Because when you're assembling the wiring goes directly to the base. It's not something where you can connect it and then take it off. The wiring goes directly to the base, so I think this model, once it's complete, will be permanently connected to the base. It cannot be removed. We'll review that soon enough. Then from here on this page, we're assembling the bridge. Again, the light source, which is going all the way up to the bridge, so it can light up the bridge. And then over here we have a detailed photograph of the Andromeda, of some of the gimmicks and features. That's there. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention. The anime shows that there are 4 ships of this type, and here are the 4 ships. I think I've shown a picture of the blue ship, one of the blue ships, at Gundam Planet, and 2 of those ships are actually hybrid carriers. We'll talk about that soon enough in another video when I build the Dreadnought. Then, of course, here's the new fighter that replaces the original fighters. And once you've completed that, then you start putting the little parts around it, giving the detail. Here's the front part of the ship. I see that looks like the gimmick, one of the gimmicks that you can do. So you have an either or choice. We'll figure that out. So it's not something. It's more parts forming. Then I see the assembly of the shock cannons. You could say turbines on the side of the ship. Placement of the guns. How to position it. The little antennas, and then where to put the little fighters on that little display stand. And of course the placement of the batteries. It looks like 3 AA batteries you use. And then I guess how to test it, how to remove it, how to turn on and off. We'll figure that out soon enough. And here is what the kit looks like, fully painted and detailed. This is very nice indeed. But let's talk about painting.